Hello everyone, my name is Run with a Pen and welcome to what is hopefully the first of many D&D horror stories on my channel. This first one was posted by Reddit user Princess Ariel under the RPG Horror Story subreddit. It is affectionately titled, "You are not supposed to portray women that way," the male player says to the female player. With the cold open out of the way, let's begin with the story. In early 2021, I joined a Warhammer Fantasy game module called Enemy Within. Enemy Within is a very long, difficult campaign, and I was excited to finally find a dedicated group who would want to run it, specifically on Sunday nights because at the time, that's the only time I could do. I had decided to play a Bretonnian thief and then later promote into spy named Nanette. Nanette had taken a lot of inspiration from Safana from Baldur's Gate, but of course, to a low degree that is tolerable, such as instead of being overly sensuous, she would be confident in her own beauty, value treasure, and maintain her beauty. Personally, Safana is my favorite character because of her confidence, and has been inspiring me for at least 10 years. Instead of being sensual, I would have had Nanette admire her own beauty and care about her own appearance as well as regale with tales of exploits and lovers. The party consisted of Nanette, me, vain Bretonnian jewel thief; Masha, male player offended by feminine expression, played a female Caslavian knight who believes that women should be tomboys in tabletop; Jory, GM who was weirded out by Masha's picking on me as well; and Fabian, Chilean scout, also a subject of Masha's ire. Before I had joined, I'd scrolled up and seen that Masha had said he didn't want me to join as he felt two women in the party would be awkward because he felt that it would ruin the aesthetic. What aesthetic? Women aren't for aesthetic purposes, is what I wanted to say, but instead created my character. Everything was fine, and I generally avoided Masha until session 2 when we had formally met Fabian. Fabian had asked me, thankfully, to kiss my hand, jokingly admiring the beauty my character constantly speaks of. We all laugh at the table before Masha rudely interjects and says, "Why are you whoring yourself out to this stranger? We have work to do." Before I even had a chance to say yes or no to the offer. Everyone just kind of went quiet before I just ignored him and told Fabian no. After the session, the GM had pulled Masha aside, scolding him before next week against my wishes. Apparently, Jory has a zero-tolerance policy for in-game and out-of-character sexism towards another player, which I didn't know about. Masha had seemingly changed and had since apologized until we had reached Altdorf. After fighting a bright wizard, Nanette's hair had become slightly charred by Jory's description, even jokingly, and had decided to use her own money to purchase a hairbrush and then take a hot bath. After I told the party my intent in our downtime in Altdorf, Masha had an absolute meltdown. "Why are you portraying women like that? No girl is like that, and the girls that usually are die in Warhammer or are to death." To which, massaging my temples, I respond, "How are you going to tell me how to portray a woman as a man?" The GM then muted Masha and then kicked him from the game and Discord, apologizing profusely before he ends the session there for the week. Masha, not done with the drama, joined the Discord on an alt along with 2 others and decided to spam me, calling me whore, fat, and ugly. I had found it mildly amusing, posting screenshots I had taken of Masha's previous rantings about how he wants to be the only woman before he's kicked. I will never understand how a man can tell a woman how she should act, should behave in a roleplay setting, and what their core principles should be. Masha, if you're reading this, or hearing this, just know that not every girl wants to swing a sword, drink a beer, or act snarky, or roleplay being a lesbian like you. As for the game, we're still going strong. I was the one who suggested we post this just so I can vent this out of my system. Now whenever we meet a female NPC, there's always a slight bit of laughter because we know it would make Masha furious. TLDR, male player hates confident female player who doesn't buy into tomboy values in Warhammer, says my character would be to death and then goes berserk after being kicked. There are so many things wrong with this. First off, this was created in 2016, so I hope that if any player involved in this, hearing this,